At this point, multiple plot theories for Avengers Doomsday have already come out, but today's one honestly makes the most sense. And before listening to this theory, one thing you need to understand is that whatever Marvel shows us in teasers and post-credit scenes is mostly meant to confuse us and mislead us. You'll understand that yourself as this video goes on. So the movie starts right after the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four First Steps, where Sue Storm walks into the room and sees Dr. Doom standing right there with Franklin Richards. But unlike what everyone is thinking, Doom is not there to kidnap Franklin. Instead, Doom tells Sue and the rest of the Fantastic Four that he comes from another alternate branched timeline of Earth 616, a timeline that was created when Steve Rogers went back into the past and decided to stay with Peggy Carter, which eventually caused an incursion and created a new timeline. And in that timeline, Doom's life was very similar to Tony Stark's, except he wasn't Tony Stark, he was Victor Von Doom. He was basically a hero, and he even claims that he defeated Thanos, but unlike Tony, he survived the snap and didn't die. However, because of the snap, his body and face got burned badly, and his Dr. Doom suit has been keeping him alive ever since. After telling them all this, Doom says that he needs Franklin and the Fantastic Four because Loki killed Kang and took his place. And now, Loki is trying to destroy the entire multiverse. Obviously, Doom is lying here, and this is where his manipulation of the heroes truly begins. Doom's two main targets in the movie are Loki and Steve Rogers. Meanwhile, in the X-Men universe, Earth 10005, we see Professor Charles Xavier, Magneto, Beast, and the rest of the X-Men inside the X-Mansion, where Beast tells Charles about Monica Rambeau and explains how she came into their universe from another parallel reality, which is Earth 616. Beast is a genius, so he knows that when someone travels from one universe to another, it causes an incursion, and he warns Charles about it. At the same time, in Earth 828, while Doom and the Fantastic Four are still talking, an incursion starts happening, and Earth 828 gets destroyed completely, forcing Doom and the Fantastic Four to escape with Franklin and travel to Earth 616. Once they arrive, they meet the Wakandans and the new Avengers, and Doom tells them the exact same story. Meanwhile, across the multiverse, incursions start happening on a massive scale, and even in Earth 616 too. Incursions happen back to back, but the Fantastic Four managed to stop them using their portal technology. But then a third and much bigger incursion begins, and this time the Fantastic Four can't stop it, but they do find out that this incursion is happening between Earth 616 and Earth 10005, the X-Men universe. So to investigate it, the Avengers team from Earth 616, along with the Fantastic Four, Franklin, and Doom, travel to Earth 10005. The heroes are going there peacefully just to investigate the incursion, but the X-Men's defense system detects Franklin Richards as an Omega-level threat and immediately attacks them. That's when Franklin finally shows his powers, and everyone gets completely shocked by how insanely powerful he is, especially Doom, because Doom's eyes were already on Franklin and he was just waiting for the perfect moment to take him. After this, the Avengers enter the X-Mansion and meet the X-Men properly, and Monica introduces them. But Doom takes advantage of the situation and escapes by boarding a ship with Franklin and leaving. The heroes already had doubts about Doom, but the moment Doom and Franklin disappear, they realize Doom has been playing a completely different game. After that, all the heroes return back to Earth 616 to make a plan to stop Doom and rescue Franklin. Now, when the Fantastic Four ship arrives back on Earth 616 again, this time they are approached by Sam Wilson's Avengers team, and mainly Thor meets the Fantastic Four and talks to them. And honestly, it feels weird that someone as experienced as Thor, who has fought so many battles, would just listen to Sam Wilson so easily. But anyway, moving forward, like I already told you in previous updates, Doom is going to have followers in the movie, and to be exact, there will be 4 followers, out of which 3 will have shape-shifting powers. Clea could be one of Doom's followers, and Doom himself will be carrying a sword. In the movie, Loki won't have any huge team. At most, he'll have a few trusted friends from the TVA. Steve Rogers will be present throughout the movie, but instead of a shield, he will have Mjolnir, because Sam Wilson will be the one using the shield. And there's also a surprising detail about that Mjolnir, which I'll tell you later. Sentry will also have an important role, and Doom will manipulate him and unleash the Void so that the heroes remain distracted. Throughout the movie, there will be multiple reunions like Sam and Steve, Loki and Thor, and we might even see scenes from older movies as flashbacks to show backstories. All the superhero teams will keep traveling from one universe to another, and ironically, they will end up increasing the speed of the incursions even more. In the movie, Steve Rogers' son's name will be James, the same kid we saw in the teaser. Also, we will get to see a proper rivalry between Reed Richards and Dr. Doom. Doom will not be a Tony Stark variant, his face will just resemble Tony's. Now, apart from all this, there are more interesting details too. Like you probably remember that scene from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And that scene actually has a huge meaning because it shows that Doctor Strange was already corrupted by the Darkhold, which is why he went with Clea without questioning anything. And the truth is, Clea is actually working for Doom, meaning Strange is unknowingly working for Doom as well. Also, RDJ was cast as Doom because his face resembles Tony Stark, and that makes it easier for Doom to manipulate Steve Rogers and the Avengers. You probably remember in the first Avengers 2012 movie when Steve and Tony first met, they didn't even like looking at each other, and Steve never trusted Tony. But later in Endgame, Steve finally realized Tony had a huge heart, and that's when Steve started trusting him the most. And now, that trust is going to become Doom's biggest advantage, because Doom already has Tony's face, so he can easily pull Steve to his side, and since the other Avengers Avengers respect Steve so much, once Steve says something, nobody will question it, whether it's Sam Wilson, the Avengers team, Bucky, or the new Avengers. Also, I want to remind you that plot leak rumors have come out many times before, but today's one is definitely interesting, even though it still has missing points. For example, we still haven't heard about how Doom's universe will be shown getting destroyed because of an incursion, and we also haven't heard about the epic fight where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will fight Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and the X-Men. This theory didn't mention that, but at some point in the movie, we will definitely see it happen, and some X-Men might even die. And eventually, the X-Men universe will also get destroyed, just like we already saw in the teaser. And obviously, the attack on the X-Mansion will be done by Doom. Another major detail is about Steve Rogers' Mjolnir. The Mjolnir that Steve has will not be the endgame version. Instead, it will be the cracked Mjolnir from Thor, Love, and Thunder, which clearly means Steve returned the original Mjolnir back to its place in the past. And later, when Steve comes to Earth 616 in the present timeline, Thor brings him the cracked Mjolnir, because Steve also needs a weapon. And since Sam already has the shield, Steve's only perfect weapon option is Mjolnir, which he has already mastered. This will happen at the point in the movie where Steve returns to the present, reunites with everyone, and all the heroes have already understood Doom's real plan, and now they're preparing for the final battle. I also think that the Thor teaser scene where we see Thor praying could be from this exact moment. It's also being said that the Young Avengers will appear in the movie, but their role won't be that big, because their main role will be in Secret Wars. Characters like Cassie Lang and Ms. Marvel could appear, and Ant-Man will still have his Quantumania suit. This plot theory doesn't talk about Kang much, but personally, I think the Council of Kang's storyline will definitely be wrapped up, and Doom will probably one-shot multiple Kang variants to establish his aura. And besides all of this, guys, even more new leaks and updates have come out, so a video on those will be uploaded tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like it and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below.